Why sustainability? Why do we care? I believe the answer to that is a personal one, and the reason can change over time. Could be because of your kids, the health of your family or your friends, or even your spiritual beliefs, and the responsibility that we have to protect and care for our earth. You may find that the issues concerning sustainability are too big for any one person or organization to solve. And that's true. That's why through awareness and education, each one of us can learn how to do our part in ways that are manageable to us. Our team had the opportunity to work with Bayside Community Church of God in Safety Harbor, Florida. We wanted to show them how their organization could take steps to become more sustainable.
We were led to do this audit, not only to find opportunities for saving money, but also to help other churches like you reduce your impact on the environment. If Earth is a gift from God and we are to be good stewards of it, then churches must speak up about it. Those of you whose church becomes more eco-friendly can create a better business value by focusing on the triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit.
With input from our key stakeholders for this project, our team chose to focus our attention on indoor water use, the energy efficiency of the church's 24 different HVAC systems, and the quality of their building envelope. To start, we want to discuss water, a valuable resource that all life on this planet needs to survive. I will be identifying areas of concern that you can look into at your facility and 4 ways to continue your water savings journey. Water scarcity and access to clean water is an impending issue, especially in Florida. As we can see, roughly 1/3 of Florida's fresh water sources are empty. Another third is running low and unable to keep up with the projected population growth, while the rest will hopefully be sufficient through the year 2030. Humanity is living beyond its needs, and the Earth's capacity to support the ever-growing demand is dwindling. Reducing stress on the aquifer and cutting down on water waste now will ensure that water security for future generations. So what can you do? Many organizations have one or more of these water use fixtures in their facility: toilets, urinals, and faucets. And each one of these units has a specific water use function. Toilets and urinals identify water use by gallons per flush, while faucets identify water use by gallons per minute. A water audit can be performed to identify how much water each unit uses and whether it is in line with national standards. A simple water audit performed during the walkthrough at Bayside Church identified a few areas of concern. The most wasteful was the age of many of the toilets. Over 50% of the toilets in the facility were at least 25 years old and were using 60% more water than the newer units and in the facility. Prior to the 1990s, the standard toilet flushed at a rate of 3.5 to 5 gallons per flush, while today they max out at 1.6 gallons per flush. Identifying these outdated units and replacing them will not only reduce your water waste, but will save you money. By performing a cost-benefit analysis, we concluded that by replacing all outdated units with dual flush toilets, there was a 4.5-year payback period and an overall savings of $5,600 in water-related costs and 430,000 gallons of water over the next 10 years. That is enough water to provide 143 people with fresh water for the next 10 years. Another issue that came to light during our audit was the high flow rate of the kitchen faucets. By adding an aerator to this faucet, we were able to reduce the flow rate from 5.25 gallons to 1.2 gallons per minute. That is nearly 80% reduction. Adding an aerator to high flowing faucets is an easy and inexpensive way to reduce water waste and is a solution that can be used on nearly all the faucets in your facility. To continue your water savings journey, there are 4 main points that I would like to leave you with. First, monitor your use. Energy Star Portfolio Manager is a free online tool for tracking use and will help you in identifying trends caused by overuse, such as leaks. Which brings me to my second point: check for leaks. Fixing easily corrected leaks such as loose valves and fittings can save you up to 10% on your monthly water bills. Third, build upon your water saving habits. Something as simple as turning off the faucet while washing your hands can reduce water waste. Last but not least, replace any of your old and broken fixtures with new equipment, water saving or WaterSense certified equipment. This will ensure that your new equipment meets the best water saving standards available today.
We not only found ways to reduce water use, but we also found ways to reduce energy use with the HVAC system. Hi, my name is Leslie, and I chose to study the HVAC system for this project. I have a very good friend named Jason who owns his own HVAC company, and I knew he would be the perfect person to help me with this research. When we conducted the audit on this particular church, we discovered two major problems with their HVAC system. This eco-map details all 24 HVAC units used for the heating and cooling of this particular property. These arrows point to the 4 units that were identified to be outdated and extremely inefficient. These units are well over their useful life expectancy. 2 units are 29 years old and 2 units are 24 years old. HVAC systems really only have a life span of 10 to 20 years. So some people may think this is great. They're getting extended use out of these units. They haven't had to spend any money for a while. They haven't had to replace them. Wrong. These units are running extremely wastefully. First, the old units, they're only 10 SEER. SEER is a seasonal energy efficiency rating, and it measures how energy efficient HVAC units are. The federal government requires all systems to meet a standard SEER rating. The minimum requirement for Florida is a 14 SEER. 10 SEER units are using extra energy, unnecessary energy, and this church is paying higher energy costs than it has to. Don't let this happen to you. Second, these older units use a refrigerant known as Freon. Starting back in 2020, Freon was no longer allowed to be produced in this country, and it cannot be imported from any other country either. Freon used to be the go-to refrigerant for AC units, but newer units use a more friendly refrigerant. So we recommend replacing the 4 outdated units at this church with new 16 SEER units. The best SEER rating for Florida climate is a 16 SEER system. It offers higher energy efficiency than the Florida minimum requirement of only 14, and it offers the best long-term savings for the initial upfront cost. So change those units, it's worth it. With total upfront costs for this improvement at $29,500 for equipment and installation, of the 4 new units, the payback period for this investment is a little over 12 years. By replacing these 4 outdated units with new high efficiency 16 SEER units, there will be a savings of over $47,000 over a 20-year period. Now you can spread this cost out over the season or do it all at once, but by replacing your outdated units, you can also achieve a good return on your investment too. In addition to the outdated units that we found, our audit revealed the exterior copper refrigerant suction lines on the majority of these HVAC units are missing the proper insulation they need, and it's due to deterioration from age and weathering. This results in the refrigerant absorbing additional heat from the outdoor space, leading to reduced efficiency of the equipment. Insulation is needed to insulate and protect these copper pipes. Because condensation was present on these pipes during our audit, we saw there was 0 thermal efficiency. It is recommended that all of these 24 units be fitted with this Armaflex pipe insulation. By insulating these 24 suction lines, the church will save 5% on their annual energy costs, which for this church is about $1,500 a year. With the total upfront cost of only $850 for this improvement, the payback period for this investment is a little over 6.5 months. Insulating the refrigerant suction lines on all these units will generate an estimated annual savings of $1,500. This is a fast payback period. In 10 years, that's over $15,000, enough to pay for 2 of your new AC units. So hopefully these recommendations will kickstart this church and your church's drive to become more eco-friendly. Combining biblical principles, everyday conversations will get your parishioners to start thinking about the environment. We can't underestimate the effect of the Green Church movement. In the next section, Rachel will continue our quest for energy savings and show you more ways that you can save at your church too.
Are you one of those people who like to keep your loved ones and possessions safe? If you answered yes, then this concept is for you. What is a building envelope? Do you remember when you were young and you had that special letter with a photo that you wanted to send grandma? How did you get it there? You folded it up and placed it in an envelope, sealed it and kissed it goodbye, hoping that that outer layer would keep your precious message safe. The building envelope is exactly that. It keeps the outside out and the inside in. It's made out of windows, doors, walls, roofs, and insulation. All of these items come together to create your church. Connecting all of these elements creates little openings. These pipes here bring items into the building that you want, such as air conditioning, water, and electricity. But the gaps around the pipes allow things you don't want, such as moisture, which creates mold, and pests that bring infestations. By sealing the holes around the exterior with products like these, you can protect the building and everything you care about inside. The best part is that improvements like these also save you money and protect you from even worse things, such as hurricane damage. This spray foam insulation, called Icynene, only has a 4-year payback period and results in a savings of $98,000 over 20 years. Energy efficient windows protect you from hurricane damage while also reducing your climate control costs. A savings of $28,000 over 20 years. The Bayside Church is a community that is setting the example. By saving water and reducing energy costs through building improvements, it's protecting itself and all of the things that it holds dear. As the Lord keeps and sustains us, so we must keep and sustain our Lord's creation. Now it's your turn. Can you make your church the green leader in your community? Thank you.